Okay, hello everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'll first quickly introduce who we are and what we do. We're Blacksmith Soft. We are a company that's a Autodesk Forge certified systems integrator, as well as an Autodesk Construction Cloud partner and an Autodesk authorized developer. We have around 50 years of combined AEC experience worldwide, mainly focused on airports, building complexes, and oil and gas. And we have, of that, a portfolio of around 20 years of experience in BIM. So we're specialized in developing solutions for BIM and for various types of construction use on top of the Autodesk product lines. So to start off, there was a report that was done in 2018, research on where AEC teams are typically spending their week. And it was found that a large part of the non-optimal work activities was for looking for project data and information, where they spent around 13.4% the time of the week looking for project data and information, and at about 9.7 dealing with mistakes and rework. And this is really what we want to focus on with these two products for BIM 360 and Autodesk Docs today. And that is how to make you able to find your project data information in a much quicker way and minimize mistakes and reworks, especially when it comes to using incorrect versions of drawings and documents. First, we will start off with Power Search and how we came up with this concept. So a lot of our customers were asking for an extended way to do deeper searching and multi-location searching of documents. They also wanted to be able to share search results from BIM 360 with non-users through Excel and other mediums. Also, they wanted to be able to search custom attributes and modify them in bulk, which is not fully possible in BIM 360 or Autodesk Docs. They also want to do and avoid repetitive searches. Okay, so these are searches that are done on a daily basis or a weekly basis. They also wanted to be able to monitor files for changes, like new versions, new attributes that are put.
Chuck, sorry, your video is frozen. Your camera is frozen.
No worries, I'll shut it off. And they also wanted to be able to do and support moving to BIM 360 from legacy systems and be able to not just carry over the files and the folder structure from their previous document management systems, but also all the file attributes with them. So we put together and developed an application that directly connects to your BIM 360 or Autodesk Docs account and allows these features. First feature is multi-criteria, multi-folder, and multi-project searching. So you will be able to search across, multiple levels, even if you have a requirement to search BIM 360 and the new AEC platform simultaneously. For example, you have a subcontractor who's on ACC, the Autodesk Construction Cloud, i.e. Autodesk Docs, you will be able to do that from one place. It allows searched files to be downloaded directly or in BIM 360, and you'll be able to see the folder that they are in. All of the results that you see during the search can be exported to Excel, and then from Excel they can be filtered there to save time, especially if you have a lot of files. All the searches that you do can be saved and replayed at any other time in the future. You can update custom attributes using either Excel or bulk update. I'm sorry, can you hear me? Yeah. So you can update your custom attributes using the Excel tool, which we will show you today, where you can modify any custom attribute values and then re-upload them, and it will update automatically BIM 360 or Autodesk Docs. Or there's also a feature where you can do a bulk update to change all the results that you see on screen to a certain field. And finally, Power Search allows you to copy the results. Okay, so if you do a search and there's any files that come up in your result and you'd like to select and copy them to a final destination, you can do that. And this is very useful when you are moving from one system to another. So now I will turn over to Rami Santina, our VP of Engineering and Development, who will start the live demo. Any questions you may have, please put them in the questions box and we will answer them towards the end of the presentation.
Thank you, Chuck. So let me take over. You can see my screen now?
Yes.
All right, thank you. So once I log into Power Search, I can see myself, okay. So at first it will ask me to authorize myself on BIM 360 or Docs. And once I go ahead and do that, it will ask me to, it will request two permissions, search across your data and to view your data. So it's acting on my behalf on BIM 360. So everything that I will see once I authorize myself, it will be exactly what I'm allowed to see and use on BIM 360. The first thing you'll see is I have the ability to see all the accounts that I have access to, and only the accounts that I have access to will appear, which are also the accounts that the Power Search application is installed on BIM 360 or Docs. And for each of the accounts that I have access to, it will show all the projects that I have access to and the folders. So as you can see on this folder here, I have access to project files, the root directory, but on the North Campus project, I have just access to one of the subfolders. Okay, so, and for example, this account here is Autodesk Docs, and this account is BIM 360 on EMEA servers. So at any point, I can select multiple files from multiple projects across all my platforms that I have projects on and do a search. It will get me all the files that I have that matches my criteria. Currently, I didn't set any criteria. So I have 161 files that match my search. So I'm getting all the files that I was looking for. Okay, and maybe if I want to, for example, reduce my search result, I can choose different folders, or I can add a criteria. For example, these are the fixed attributes, the properties that are on the files, usually in BIM 360. And here you can see all the custom attributes. So on these two folders, I have 3 custom attributes. So one of them is normal text, so I can type anything. And this one, status, is actually a list, so I can filter by choosing one of the options that are available. And due on is a date, so it will pop up a calendar for me to choose. Okay, so I can make my criteria as what do you call it, as complex as I want, so, and as simple as I want. Okay, for every search result I see here, I have 3 options. So the first option is I'm able to directly download the file or open the file. So if it's on BIM 360, it will open it on BIM 360. If it's on the unified platform, it will open directly on the unified platform file. Okay, or I can open it directly the containing folder, which this file is contained on. So here, it directly opened the file in BIM 360. Or if I just want to locate the file, it will take me to the folder that this file is found in. All right, I can view them as a gallery. So here, my main concern are the images, so I can look at the preview. And if I press on it, I can see all the attributes that are related to it. We've seen a lot of cases that people have repetitive searches that they do on a day-to-day basis. So we have the search sets. So you can have the search sets. You can save all the search sets that you want, and you can at any time play it. So what this will do is we'll scroll down folders, select the folders that you have that are part of the search set, and fill out the criteria for you. And then you can just press search, and it will run the search live on your data. Power Search doesn't store any files or caches of your BIM 360 account. All the search is done live in the session that you are in. All right. So for this, I'm going to switch to editor mode to show you how we simplify editing the data that you have. You can edit on BIM 360. Okay. So once I switch to editor mode, it will ask me for 2 additional permissions to write data, which is used to write the custom attributes value to edit it, or to manage your data, which provides Power Search the ability to copy search from one folder to another. So once I go ahead and authorize it, okay, so it's a similar UI. What you'll be able to here is just select one folder. So for example, I'm going to select this folder and do a search. I will get the search result, which is, as we've seen earlier, is around 160. Okay, 166 files. And I can export this search result to Excel, which I can do while using normal search as well. And I see here I have multiple options. So go back here, like I'm gonna assume here, like I have a Excel sheet with some values that we need to update on BIM 360. So let me reduce this file size for the demo sake. Okay, I'm gonna create some more files. Okay. So I can update any of the statuses that I need here. So for example, maybe review for internal ref, and maybe I want to put this to IFC. So assume you shared Excel file with someone on site and they updated the data, or you're moving into BIM 360 and you want to update the data related on BIM 360. So you can do that here. So here I'm updating the date to 21. Okay, so any changes that you need on Excel. And then I can go straight to Power Search and say update attributes by Excel. So it will ask me to choose the file from Excel that I want to update with. And once I press it, I do it. So it's successful, and it did the 10 updates directly. Another use case. So, and you see it will directly update here and on BIM 360. So it's not just updating in Power Search, it's updating the data live on BIM 360. All right, so if you go to BIM 360, you will see the data directly being updated. Yeah, so here it's review and IFC. Okay, so another example here I'm going to show is you can have also bulk attribute updates. So I can do for all the search results a bulk attribute. So I will choose the value. If I leave it empty, it will clear the attribute on this file. Or if I put a value to it, it will update the data for all of the files in the search results. And you can also copy the search result to any of the folders on your BIM 360, which is useful to find a couple of files for you. And if you want to share them with someone, you copy it to another folder. It will carry on with all your attributes still with you. So back to you, Chuck, for check.
Okay, thank you, Rami. Oops.
I'll make you presenter.
Please.
There you go.
Okay, so our next tool that we want to show you today is a product that we call DocCheck or DoCheck. And this came up from requirements from a lot of our clients that are asking how they can make sure that printed documents in hand are the latest ones on BIM 360 or Autodesk Docs. So the typical printed documents that are found around offices and construction sites are drawings, plots, maps, manuals, forms, whether they're inspection related, requisition equipment, QA, QC, memos and memos that are put on bulletin boards. Some of them contain important safety information and certain procedures that are important, and it's important to know that these are the latest ones. And of course, photos, aerial shots, and scans. Another requirement was that our customers and our clients don't want any new applications, so they want to be able to immediately do the version control without having to download any applications. And even in BIM 360, they want to stay within the same environment. And of course, another requirement is that the addition of intelligence to paper. So many times the documents that we have on site or inside our offices, we don't really know what the underlying custom attributes or the history that's put behind them that's existent in BIM 360 or Autodesk docs. And this is why we've allowed this checker to include these. So the key features inside of DoCheck or DocCheck is that firstly, it allows users to upload the files to designated BIM 360 and docs folders. So these are folders that the administrator selects, and any PDF that is put inside this folder is automatically stamped with a QR code. The user stays within the BIM 360 or the ACC, the new unified platform environment, doesn't need to leave and go to another application when he is selecting the files that need to be QR stamped. Anyone with a QR reader on a mobile phone, whether it's a native QR reader, like the ones that come with the Samsung or any Apple device, it's already included in there, or you can download a free application to do the QR reading, can scan it and know if that document is the latest, and any custom attributes, as you can see here on the right-hand corner, will also appear. And of course, finally, if that document turns out, that printed document turns out to be outdated, they can open it in BIM 360 or Docs. So Rami, I will turn over to you now for the demo.
Sure. All right, so let me take over your screen. Presenter, okay, show my screen. Okay. You can see my screen now?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So if you guys want to join, anyone who wants to join the live demo, like you can do the check yourself by just scanning this QR code, and it will show you what I'm going to be showing you now in a bit. Okay. First, I'm going to share this video with you to show it how it will look like on an iPad if you're doing the scan on site. So here I have a drawing that's printed and hanged on a wall, which we normally see in construction sites. And once you scan the QR code, it directly goes to docheck.blacksmithsoft.com, and it will show here that the attributes are changed and the file is not the latest. Once you open it, it will directly open in BIM 360. And it will take you to the latest drawing digital. So as you can see here, we link the physical world with the digital world where all your attributes are available and your latest. And here you can do anything you do usually with BIM 360, from markups, etc. Okay, so if you scan the file, you will have seen this page. So on your mobile device. Okay, and you will see here I have this file is the latest version, and the version is 2, and I have a bunch of attributes associated with this file. If I open it in, this is on Docs, so it works as well on BIM 360. So if I open it in Docs, I will see that I have the QR code here. It's a similar PDF file, which I use for presentations. So I can see here the QR code, which is the same one I had in the presentation. Okay, if I go to the folder, I have my the do check running on this folder, so on the QR demo. So here I'm going to show you what a normal BIM 360 or Autodesk Docs user will be able to do. Okay, so let me open a file for. Okay, so I have this file here, and I'm going to assume this is a revision of the same drawing. So there's no QR code on it, etc. So what I'm going to do is what usually BIM 360 users do, and I'm going to just drag and drop this file here. Okay, so it's uploaded, it's done. Okay, and you can do it with normally, like you can grab 10, 100 files and just upload them to BIM 360. There's no change to any other process that you do usually using BIM 360. And once you see directly it changed, like I uploaded version 3 and it automatically created version 4 for me. So let me close this here. So you can see here now I'm at version 4 directly. It keeps the name of the person who uploaded the version, so we don't lose that. And I'm gonna go here ahead and change some of these attributes just to show, like it could be, okay. Final review, for example. Oh, this issue 4 does make sense. Okay, but so if I go back here and assume I rescan the same drawing, so this will be just a refresh of this page, it will show this page here. So it will show me that the scanned version is version 2, and there's a newer version on BIM 360 or Autodesk Docs, and these properties change for the new version. So what I scanned was for initial review, add on remarks, and the latest version is final review, and the status was work in progress, now it's issue 4 design, and the rev was A, now B, and target didn't change. So here it will give you, and if you have access to BIM 360 or Autodesk Docs, you can directly go to the latest file. So this is the use case for everybody on the Docs. So now I'm going to show you on the admin side, which currently is like each user is each company has one account, and you can control all your folders using this account. So here, for example, on my account, I have access to a multiple of projects and on platforms. So I have some folders that are managing on ACC, some on BIM 360, some on EMEA, and some on the US. Okay. So the folder that I was showing is this one. So if I go and view it, the details, it will show me all the files that I have been working on today. So I have these files that were tracked recently, and I can go back in history as much as I want. And it will show me a couple of options here. So I can at any point change the QR options. So where I want to put it, the size of it, the margin from the page boundaries, and if I want to show attributes or not. If I disable this, anytime a person will check this file, it will just show the version, if it's latest or not. So if you don't want anyone scanning the QR code to see the attributes, you can just turn that off. Okay, at any point I can just deactivate it or activate it. To create the tracked folders, and we allow multiple folders for because a lot of companies have multiple accounts, multiple projects, and each type of document you want to place the QR code in a different location. So for drawings, you want to place it somewhere, maybe near the title block, and in forms, etc., manuals, you want to place it somewhere else. So you can create for each type of documents that you are QR coding the different folder and settings. Okay, so once I authorize myself to BIM 360, it will ask me just to search my data and view my data. Okay, and if I go here and go to one of my folders, okay, check the folder here. Okay, so I created already a folder for the demo, and if I select it, it will ask me to choose the position, and these, as we saw, are attributes I can change later on. And just click submit, it is done. So this is everything a person needs to do once he is on the admin portal. The rest is using BIM 360 and docs as you have used to normally. Okay, so yeah, this is it. I'm gonna jump back to Chuck.
Thank you, Rami. And I just wanted to mention something, that both these products are available on the Autodesk App Store, where they went through the certification and QA, QC of Autodesk. If you'd like to try them out from there, or you can go directly to the website. Now, I have a couple of questions. So if we'd like to, let's take them one at a time. First, one of the users asked if they could retry the scan. So this is the QR code to retry it. You can try it from your mobile or your tablet device. It's also available in the handouts. Okay, and while we're doing that, I'll take the first question about, it's concerning both applications, Rami, about the security. Does Blacksmith Soft have the ability to access these files?
Okay, that's a good question. So Power Search, I'll start with Power Search. Power Search doesn't store any data that you have or cache the data. Like people usually assume we're doing search for this magnitude of files that we are somehow caching the data. We are not. We are just doing it live because we respect the privacy, and some of our clients have like for plans, etc. They are very sensitive about that topic. So it doesn't store, it's directly searching your result. For DoCheck, what we store on our servers is just a fingerprint of the file that you scanned. So the actual file is being processed on our servers once you upload it to BIM 360, but it's just being processed with no storage and just being uploaded directly back to BIM 360 or docs. And we only store a fingerprint to link to the file. But also, like the QR code, if you are scanning it now, you will see there's no attributes on it. So what we are doing in docs, we are tapping into the history module of BIM 360 and using Forge for sure. And we are on live. Once you're doing a check, it will go to that data directly and check it. Yeah.
Great. Another question is, this one's concerning Power Search. Can I prepare a restricted or small version of the outputted Excel with less columns and less rows, send it to team members to update, and then re-upload to change custom attributes?
Sure, and this is one of the main use cases some of our clients are using it for. So they just do a search, they send a file, or sometimes without having the initial search from Power Search. So you have the name, that's all you need, and the attributes you can have as much as possible. Power Search will look for the attributes in Excel and update them. And it handles the cases like you have different capitalization, like work in progress. It's certain small caps, but on BIM 360 is capital caps, so capital letters, so it will do that matching as well. So it's just once you want to update, you need to do the search that captures the same data to update. That's it.
Okay, great. Another question, sorry, is how to generate the QR code on DWG files?
If you generate, currently it's working on the PDF, so everything that you need to print. So you just generate the PDF file out of the DWG and upload it to your QR tracked folder, and you're ready to go.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. We have a question also about the location of the servers. I can answer that. One of the attendees is asking, does it work on the US, EU servers? Yes, Blacksmith Soft is a company based in the European Union. We're based in the Netherlands, in Utrecht, but our systems work also on the US instance of BIM 360. And of course, if you're using the new Autodesk Docs, ACC, this is still US and it will work there. So to answer you, yes, it will work on both EU and the US ones, and simultaneously at the same time. So in Power Search, if you're using the EU BIM 360 and one of your subcontractors giving you access to do search on their folders, for example, or somebody in your JV has given you access and they are located on a US-based server, it will still work. And the same with DocCheck as well.
Yeah. And you can combine a search between two, like you can have, you're searching multiple folders. Some of the folders are in the EU and some in the US and others on ACC. You can have your search across all of this.
Yep. Okay, I think that's it. We'll be definitely sharing a recording of this webinar. If there's no other questions, we can close the webinar, and we will we'll definitely be sending this within the next few hours so that you can review and view it. And please do download the handouts that you can see in the right-hand side of your screen. There are 3 handouts, 2 brochures, and also a copy of this presentation. Thank you very much for joining us today, and we welcome to see you soon for other Blacksmith Soft events and webinars.